Hello everyone, welcome to Learning Curve Acres. I want to start this video off with saying a huge thank you. I have just passed the 200 subscriber mark, which for me, I've been doing this for almost 4 years, and this is huge for me. I really appreciate it. For those of you who have been with me right from the beginning, a huge thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And, you're keeping me going, and I appreciate that. So that's how I wanted to start this. I wanted to say my thanks because I do really appreciate you guys, all of you. But I wanted to do this update and show you this unit. So this is the top of a hutch, a dining room hutch that my husband and I found at our local reuse center, and we had thought of using it. I've wanted an outdoor potting bench, something that's pretty and practical for outside. And we found this. We thought, oh, this would be great. And then we're looking at it, and well, it's particle board, so it would fall apart really fast. But then we found this bottom piece, which no, it doesn't match, and no, I don't care. But this is part of a 1930s hosier, which, most kitchens used to have. It used to have a top part on it that would have cupboards and a bread box and spots to put out any appliances, which were massive back then. What few appliances they did have. But yeah, so we put together this little area for me, and it's both pretty and practical. You can see I have a few vases up top in my little birdhouse, and my candle holders, which I still have to finish. I have to get the glass ground down on the sides for the two pieces that are missing up there, but that'll come. I'm not worried about that. So I just thought I'd show you what I've got here. So let's start with the boring at the bottom. So this gives me a place to put some small pots, some rocks. I've got some water there, just so that I don't have to, if I find a plant that's really dry, I don't have to traipse all over the house. And then under here I have some small tools and twine, more pots, and some paper and some plastic bottles that I use as little mini humidomes and so on. Now here I have some wheat. I went to our local feed store, bought a giant bag of wheat for, it didn't cost much. I think it was maybe $16 for 25 kilograms. So, not a big deal. But I get this going, and then this is actually ready to go and get fed to chickens, ducks, quails, and bunnies now. We have just a 5000K LED bulb here. This here, my husband attached this light ballast. It's just the Aqualux, I think it's called. It's when you go to your local hardware store, it's the grow bulb, the fluorescent grow bulb that they have there. I have a peach tree that I'm trying to grow. Now this is an Ontario variety of peach that I've started, so I'm hoping it will be winter hardy here. I have 2 Ahi Sugar Rush peach there and 2 more right here. I also have another 2 upstairs in the hallway window. And then I have a few, here, I'll move this one. I have a few sedum. I had brought in just a dried sedum blossom stick that, the whole piece with the flowers on top. I brought it in just because I thought it'd look nice. And I actually had it up there in that wine bottle. It looked very pretty, very structural. And all of a sudden I noticed one day when dusting that I had these little tiny sedum starting to grow off the side of that stem. The stem itself was starting to rot at the bottom, but about halfway up I was getting these little wee sedum plants started. So I thought, okay, let's pop them in some soil, and I've always got room for more sedum outside. The bees love it. It's great for the pollinators later in the season. I also have a little jade here, which is growing quite nicely. But, you know, this is just a nice, handy little spot for taking care of my gardening, my growing needs for in the wintertime when I have that desire, that itch to really grow things, but I don't want to have an entire room set up in the basement and all the fuss that goes with that, because there's no way anything that would be in the basement now would be able to survive long enough and do well enough to make it through to, you know, planting up outside in the spring. So in here, there's that lovely card. I think it's just so beautiful. I do have a few of my favorite books in here. I've got Flower Gardening and the Rose Book, and an Organic Gardening for Perennials, a book I picked up at the Reuse Center. Actually, I got both of these books at the Reuse Center, so I got them for free. This one here is on bottle gardens, which I love terrariums and I think they're beautiful. I've got a jar of with some seeds and a plate with some seeds. I actually remember to label them. And just a few little things, you know. I believe, do I have seeds? Yeah, I have some seeds in there, and I have a candle holder, but, you know, beans in here, a little tea tan, my twine for, and some labels that I've made. Just show you. Whoops. So, I do a lot of scrapbooking, I've said that before, so I always have little bits of extra cardstock that are odd sizes. So these I've just put into my little punch for making labels and tags, and it's great for when we're going to do something like, whoops, like over here, where I've got some spaghetti squash seeds. And this way I know what's in there. There's the Boss Blue tomato seeds. I also have I also keep my some Epsom salts. I do have some Miracle-Gro in there, the Shake and Feed. I don't really use it much, maybe for flowers, but that's about it. Little bonsai kit. Got that from Scholastic Books years ago when the kids were in school. Anyone from Ontario would remember the Scholastic Book Club and the flyers, that little catalogs that get sent home every so often. And I have a few vases. So anyways, just thought I'd show you one of the things I've been puttering with this winter. We have had a fairly mild winter, so I've been out with the ducks and the chickens a lot too. And of course, incredibly busy with organizing the Eastern Ontario Homesteading Conference, which is going to be April the 25th. In Lanark. So if you're able to make it, please come by. It's only $5 admission, which is pretty good, and we do have speakers that are coming, and some of them, like one of the topics is absolutely amazing. We've got an amazing young man coming to speak on homestead minimalism. So that's going to be an amazing topic to listen to. Anyways, I hope everyone's having a great day. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon.